Akron Athletics presents Zips Weekly with John Groce. Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling and Hilton Hotels in Akron and Fairlawn. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Weekly with head basketball coach John Groce. Well, the Zips with a big win Saturday afternoon in Buffalo. So right now, Akron is 19-6 overall, 11-1 in the Mid-American Conference as they get ready for maybe the most challenging week of the season. Tuesday night at Toledo, Friday night back home for a nationally televised game with Kent State. That will tip off at 6 o'clock, Coach, as we get down to the final 6 games of the regular season, 3 at home, 3 on the road.
Yeah, no question. A lot of opportunities there, right, to continue to grow. You know, my biggest concern, obviously, is how we've played over the last week.
Right.
You know, our focus, I think, is more on are we trending in the right direction? And I didn't think we played particularly well at Buffalo. I thought our physicality and our focus was not up to our standard.
Yeah.
And so we got a chance to learn from a win, which a lot of times when you don't play with the necessary physicality or focus, you don't get that opportunity. You're not blessed in that regard. So, you know, we get an opportunity to learn, as you know, our phrase, and you've heard our players say it in the media and et cetera, is we don't allow winning to become a deodorant and hide what stinks. And so we've got to get a lot better and get headed in the right direction with our physicality, our effort, our focus has to be much better. You know, I will say this, obviously you're down at half 6 at Buffalo. I thought our guys responded and played a better second half. And stepped up and made some plays. But, again, our focus and our physicality in particular need to be better.
We're going to look at the highlights from that win at Buffalo in a second, Coach. But this is kind of a special edition of Zips Weekly because we got a special guest coming up a little bit later in the show.
No question. In part 2, we'll have, obviously, Enrique Freeman on the show. And just as I say every week, as the accolades continue to come in and all the different things individually for him, the beauty of it is he cares more about the team than he does himself and how we play and how he affects and impacts that. And everybody will get a chance to hear from Reek during segment 2 of the show.
Yeah, we got some special questions for him. I think he'll enjoy that. Right now, let's go back up to Buffalo. Saturday afternoon, the Zips on the road, trying to protect that first place lead in the Mid-American Conference and kind of start to slow, Coach. We're only up 7-5, I think 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I didn't think we were very sharp. And, you know, our older guys know our team follows their lead. And, you know, when they're, I call it touching our ball too much, stripping the ball, I thought they were really physical. They're putting their chest on us. We lost balance. I thought our offensive toughness was significantly worse than our defensive toughness, quite frankly. And we just need to be better. Need to be a lot better than what we played on Saturday.
Game was tied at 12 as we're looking at highlights. Then Sammy Hunter hits a 3 and gives Akron a 15-12 lead. But, boy, up until that final 3 or 4 minutes, Coach, we're down going into the halftime break.
Yeah, no, we definitely were, obviously. And I thought we kind of deserved that, to be honest with you. They played better than we did. Played with more force, physicality, better focus. I thought, and as you see some of these clips here, I thought Sammy Hunter, it was great to see him shoot the ball well. I thought he was really shot ready. I thought that Tavari Johnson gave us a lift during the game offensively, a little bit in the second half, or in the first half, excuse me, but a lot in the second half. And then I thought Prather, in his 16 minutes, quite frankly, played like he practiced. He rebounded the ball, was second on our team in rebounds behind Freeman in those 16 minutes, which is exactly what he did in practice all week leading up to the game. I thought he was our best cutter in post-feed action, which is exactly what he did in practice leading up to the game, and didn't turn it over in 16 minutes. Got on a loose ball. I thought he changed the energy for our team. So I thought those were certainly some of the bright spots for us.
There you see the halftime score, Akron down 32-26. And you talked after the game, Coach, veteran group, they come out with so much more energy in the final 20 minutes. They knew what they had to do.
Yeah, we were better in the final 20, but, you know, in college basketball, it's a 40-minute game for a reason. And you've got to be ready to play 40 minutes this time of year, February or March. Which is when we want to be trending in the right direction. So we got to get the thing headed back in the right direction. I'm confident that guys will be focused this week. It is a big week, as you said at the outset of the show. Our guys know that, and we need to play better, and we will. play better.
It's kind of a scary game, Coach. We're only up 46-45 with 11:50 to go. They just wouldn't go away. They kept coming at you with big shots.
They did, and give Cy Chapman credit for the second game in a row now that we've played Buffalo. He had 20-plus points and was efficient doing it. I thought he was terrific. I thought Fulcher obviously made some threes that he typically doesn't make. That also gave him a real boost. And Smith, as we've watched him in his progression from game 1 to game 2, whether it's in short roll execution or deep roll catches and finishes, his ability to affect the glass or to block shots, I think he's improved a great deal as well. Put Adams in more pick and rolls. There you see great execution on one of our screen-to-screener actions, and we get a layup there. Great M1 finish by Greg there. So in the guts of the game, we made enough plays, but, we got to be able to play for 40 minutes.
Zips were up 63-60 with 3:33 left, then up 5 with 1:35 left, and finally we win it, Coach, by 11, 73-62, but that wasn't easy.
No, it was a much closer game than the score, right? Indicated for sure. I mean, I think you're looking at realistically a 2-possession to 3 max game, and we were able to pull away a little bit here at the end, as you're seeing in the highlights, to get it to double digits. But, give Buffalo credit with everything they've been through. They continued to fight, and they kept swinging. And give our guys credit. We responded in the second half and did what we needed to win. But we have to play better than we played. And so that's kind of as we head into this week, our whole focus is on us playing well, regardless of who we're playing. We know it's a big week with Toledo and Kent, but that's irrelevant. Right now it's what are we controlling in order for us to play our best, both physically, mentally, and even emotionally, really, having the necessary energy and effort to compete at the highest level.
You've said it many times, Coach. We're the #1 team in the standings right now. We're playing on the road. Sometimes that's tough. Everybody wants a piece of the Zips.
Yeah, but we're older. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. It is true, by the way. You're going to get, Fulcher banks 2 threes. He's a 15% three-point shooter. I mean, it is what it is. You got to be ready to go, embrace that challenge. And if you're a competitor, you want to play people when they're at their best if you're really a true competitor. And so we didn't respond like we needed to in the first half. Second half, much better, and we're able to get out of there with the win.
Exactly. Hey, we're going to take a break. As we said, a special edition of Zips Weekly, a special guest, Enrique Freeman. I know you're going to enjoy that, so don't go away. We're back with Enrique Freeman right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Come on over and check out what we're doing. Let's go!
Here we go now.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. It's always fun on the show to have a special guest, and Coach, nobody more special than our guest Enrique Freeman, right?
Yeah, we've talked about him. It seems like every week, and rightly so. And obviously, the thing that I always tell people that's striking about him is his humility. So it's really what makes him rare. As good a player as he is, person, student, all that, he has a humility about him that allows him to continue to improve and grow and keep getting better in all those areas from year to year. I think it's what really makes him unique.
Exactly. Hey, the national TV always had a segment during the national game of the week. It was called 94 Feet with a Special Player. Right now, we're going to go 94 feet with Reek. How's that sound? We got some tough questions for you. Everybody says, we really want to know Enrique Freeman. So here we go. Who is the funniest teammate right now on the Zips?
Probably Nate Johnson.
Nate Johnson?
Nate Johnson, yes.
What music do you listen to before a game? Anything special?
No, nothing special. I listen to a lot of R&B.
R&B?
Yeah, some Alicia Keys is in there, and that's about it.
Post-game food, what do you like to eat after a game?
Probably just not good, but pizza.
Little pizza?
Yeah.
Favorite place to play on the road? I know you love to play at home. Where's your favorite place to play on the road?
Oof, I'd probably say Kent.
That can't.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that's a great environment, and you get fired up for that one. What former teammate do you keep in touch with the most?
Probably X or C-Jack. But not that often, but so
Talk to
often
him
on
3 or 4
Instagram.
times during the
Yeah,
season.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Favorite TV show growing up?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably, I don't say so job. Wizards of Waverly Place.
There you
That
go.
one, that's a good
Okay. Looking back, and there's a question both you and the coach can answer. How fast has your career gone at Akron since that fateful day you walked in on the tryout session? How fast has it gone?
Oh my God! It feels like yesterday when I tried out. You know, as in my senior year, as I do everything now, it just feels like I just remember everything that has transpired since that first day.
Too fast, Joe.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm sure you remember that fateful day when you put that little poster up and never dreaming that this young guy would show up, and that has changed the whole program,
Jeez,
hasn't it?
Yeah, what a blessing, right? I remember walking in that day. I've told the story numerous times. I had my venti cup of Starbucks.
Yes.
Was going to sit down and watch the tryout like I do every year. We do it annually. And I'm like, who's this guy? You typically don't see guys that size, that long, with that body type in a walk-on tryout. And then the rest is history. So, yeah, what a great day for the Zips, Joe.
Exactly. You know, Coach, every week we talk about the different defenses that this young guy sees. He never gets single coverage. It's always double, triple coverage. Talk about that. Then maybe, Enrique, you can talk about the different coverages and looks you get every game.
Yeah, I just think the evolution of his game. So here's what happens, right? So he's always been a very, very good player. And he will even tell you this, like the year we won in Cleveland. He had a great year, but necessarily wasn't the number one guy on the scouting report in terms of, okay, how are we going to take him away? Then the next year, in 22-23, a little bit more. People were game planning against him more than they were in 2021-22. Now here we are in 2023-24, and every game plan starts with him. So you kind of have that evolution as a player. Yeah. And he would tell you, I mean, he's getting double teamed, and we know that. It's actually, resulted in great shots for other guys, but every which way you could possibly imagine. A lot of people will trap him big on big. Some people will come from the nail.
Yeah.
Some people will come lowest weak side guys. Some guys will come ball side. Some will dig. Some will turn the coverage on and off during the game. So I think it's been a great learning experience for him. He certainly can echo his thoughts when I finish here, but he's seen about everything at this point, through the 5 years. And I think it's made him a better player. Sure. I know it's made me a better coach. And I think it's made his teammates better because some opportunities are coming out of that for other guys.
Exactly. Rick, what's it been like getting that coverage every week? It's very physical, we know that.
No, yeah, just like as Coach said, I'm seeing a lot of different defensive, but it helps me see the double team, it helps me see the low blue, it helps me see a few other things, and I feel like it's been a process because at first I struggled with it a little bit, I think, in a few scrimmages we had before, and then now seeing it's become, I kind of feel like I've added it to my game to read the defense before I score, so it's been really good for me, and I think it's helped my IQ on offense tremendously.
Tell us about the weight program here in the basketball program, how much good strength and muscle you've added to be able to play against that type of defense you see each week.
Yeah, last night I don't think I played as well, but recently I think I've played really well because of our strength program. Jovan does a good job keeping us in shape, in the summer, before the season, even in the season, and I put on a lot of weight since I've been here.
A lot.
You talk about for being a walk-on since that first day, so and I've also, made that one of my goals is to get stronger, and because I have to compete and I have to go against these defenses.
Exactly. On a personal note, how much fun is it to play at home and look up in the stands and see your family and friends coming down from Cleveland every game? I see there's what 20, 25 people come down every game.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love my family. They've supported me since I've came here, walked on, and, it just feels great seeing them. And my mom she missed one road game, but she hasn't missed any road game this year. So, it just means a lot to me.
What's it like back at high school? They put up a trophy case with your picture in it yet or not?
No,
St. Martin
not
de
yet.
Porres.
That's right.
Yeah. No, it'll be amazing. So.
Coach, final note. You may coach another 20, 25 years. I don't think we'll ever see a situation like we have here with Enrique Freeman.
No, it's very unique. Obviously, his story, right, from where it started and, to where we are now here 5 years later. But, it's been a real privilege and a real blessing to be his coach. And, he's taught me a lot as well. You learn from the players. Coaches learn from the players just like the players learn from the coaches. And so it's been an awesome run. We're going to continue to try to keep this thing going. We don't feel like by any means we've played our best yet, whether it's Reek individually or us coaching our best or our players playing their best individually, our team collectively playing its best. We always have a mindset of how do we get better? How do we just keep getting better? And so that'll be our focus here down the stretch. But we said at the very beginning when we had the retreat that this was a special group and we weren't going to have any regrets and we were going to max out every day that we get to spend with each other because it's such a unique team. Obviously, you're getting a great feel for Enrique today and his character. But we have several guys in that locker room that are similar in that nature. Just a fun group to coach and be around. And just have been a real blessing and a privilege to coach them.
Ricky, thanks for stopping over today. Hope you enjoy being here on TV. Best of luck and probably one of the more challenging weeks of the season.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay, we're going to take a break and back and announce our Players of the Week right after this timeout.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Come on over and check out what we're doing. Let's go!
Here we go now.
Well, each week this time we announce our Players of the Week. We've got two young men to talk about. I just met one of them, Enrique Freeman, who was up for the Karl Malone Award, the top power forward in the country, Coach, and got our fingers crossed he may win that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's been terrific. I've said all along, when people say, obviously is he deserving of being a Player of the Year candidate in our league?
Yeah.
There's no question about that. But I've oftentimes phrased it as, I really do. I think he's one of the best players in the country. So it's no surprise that he's on that list. And obviously we're biased, but, you lead the nation in double-doubles, rebounding. His consistency at both ends of the floor has been unbelievable. So, we hope for the best and that he wins that award.
Big game up at Buffalo on Saturday afternoon with 16 points, 15 rebounds. He had 4 assists and 1 steal, and it's amazing he keeps coming up with those numbers. As we mentioned in the last segment, double and triple team, it's amazing he keeps coming up with those numbers.
And what's crazy, and you heard him allude to it, Joe, is he didn't play his best and still gets 16 and 15 and 4 assists. I mean, it's unreal. So his ability to produce and the consistency in which he does it, I think, is what makes him one of the best players in the country.
Exactly. Our other player of the week is Sammy Hunter, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. He was 3 for 6 in 3-pointers at Buffalo on Saturday. And as you mentioned in the highlights, Coach, he hit some big threes for us. And when he's hitting threes, boy, we're that much better of a team.
Oh, he was huge at Buffalo. I thought his 3-point shot making ability was very timely for us. I thought he was really, really good. And it was good to get him back closer to full health. He'd taken a fall there, had some issues, and was trying to play, set out, as we all know, the Central Michigan game, played in the James Madison game at about 80%, and was back to 100% based on what he was telling me and our medical staff at Buffalo, which is great. If we can get him fully healthy, that's where we want him to be. And I thought he played really well.
Final question before the break, Coach. I've never been in your locker room at halftime, but I'm guessing Saturday up at Buffalo, you got those seniors together and said, hey, we got to play better in the second 20 minutes. They're a mature group, and they came out and got it done.
Yeah, no, they did. I mean, we're good, we're good. You always hear guys say that as you're going back to the locker room, and I just told them, I said, we're not good unless we change our behavior, and they did. They played with more physicality in the second half than they did the first half. I thought we made more plays. I thought we played a little bit harder. Still not where we need it to be, but it was much better than the first half. And they responded, made some plays, and did what they needed to do to win the game.
Exactly. As we alluded to, a huge week for Akron basketball. Tuesday at Toledo, back home Friday for a nationally televised game against Kent State, which will tip off at 6 o'clock. We're back to talk about those two games right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Come on over and check out what we're doing. Let's go!
Here we go now.
Well, it's one of the biggest weeks of the season. Tuesday night at Toledo, they're in second place in the MAC at 10-2. They'll be coming after the Zips. And then Friday night at home against Kent State. It's a whiteout. First 3,000 fans are going to get a Zip white T-shirt. Hope you're one of those first 3,000 and more as we pack the place against Kent State. But first, let's talk about Toledo, Coach. They're coming off an 85-83 win over Bowling Green. They're a really good basketball team.
Really good basketball team.
Yeah.
Offensively, their defense has improved in league play. We were talking about it off the air there, how they've done such a great job acclimating all these new players into their roster, and then their old guys have really stepped up. Maddox has stepped up. Cochran has stepped up. Moss has stepped up. I mean, those guys are veterans. Guy like Cochran, I think, is he might be older than you, Joe. But he's been there in college 6 years, 3 different Mid-American Conference schools. He's very experienced in our league. Moss is a really good player, Maddox. And then Javen Simmons, who set out last year. I've been really impressed with him. Super physical. I thought he did a lot of damage in game one here. And it'll be a tremendous challenge over there, as we know, playing at Toledo.
I think they were down double digits in the first half against Bowling Green. They're down at the half, and they come back and win it. That's a team that won't quit.
Yeah, and it's culture, too. There's a tradition of winning there that he's developed now, where those guys expect to win. They've been a part of winning teams. And it's going to be a great challenge, obviously, to defend them, but we also have to score. It's the thing you learn about playing against them. You got to be able to score.
You're right. And then Friday night, the renewal of what I've always said is the best mid-major rivalry in the country. Kent State comes to town, 6 o'clock tip-off, national TV audience, should be the biggest crowd of the season, and that's always a good one and a fun one to coach in.
No, I've always said it, right? It's a privilege to coach in it, play in it, be a part of it. It's a great, great, great rivalry, tremendous. We're looking forward to that Friday night. We'll have now been on the road for a while because we had a week off. And when we finish the Toledo game, it'll be 3 games in a row on the road plus the week off. So it seems like an eternity since we've been back in the jar. So hopefully our fans will be chomping at the bit to be in there on Friday night, and we'll have a ruckus environment.
Exactly. If you haven't bought a ticket for that game yet, jump on the phone, come on down to Akron and get your tickets for that one. Should be a full house. As we said, it's whiteout. All Zip fans encouraged to wear white. First 3,000 fans get a white Zip basketball T-shirt. Should be a fun night. For the coach, I'm Joe Dunn. We'll see you at the Jar on Friday night and right back here next week for more Zips Basketball Weekly. Have a great week, everyone, and go Zips. Thanks for watching. Zips Weekly with John Groce. Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling and the Hilton Hotels in Akron and Fairlawn.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.